So, are we live?
Yes, we are live for NLP Lunch and Learn.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. We'll just wait a few seconds for people to come in.
Okay. Can we start? I'm asking the technical support. Yes. Okay. So, shall we start?
Yes, let's start.
Okay, so it's Wednesday again, and welcome to NLP Lunch and Learn, your weekly NLP nutrition with Anna and Vicky. And I'm Vicky.
I'm Anna.
So we created NLP Lunch and Learn with the intention to bring NLP closer to the home of people and to help you in these challenging times with NLP tools and with NLP resources so that you can ease your life and you can apply this immediately in order to improve your life.
Yes, we're living in tough times with COVID and the pandemic. And even before COVID, people were talking a lot about anxiety and about feeling anxious. And it's a word that's really present in our daily lives. And we want to bring you tools and resources to help you cope with anxiety. So in today's 15 minutes episode, we're going to give you a tool to cope with anxiety, and we're going to be talking a bit about the subject.
Yes. So when we talk about anxiety is different for everybody. It is a state, an anxious state, and what anxiety is for me might not be anxiety for you. So we're all different, and we all have a different experience of anxiety.
Yes, and in NLP, we have many ways of dealing with anxiety. I mean, we were talking about this, right, Vicky? And we have so many tools and so many techniques that can help you. And we were debating what shall we share, how can we help people at home? And we have anchoring. We have, I love the new code because it involves the participation of the unconscious, and so many powerful tools in NLP that can help you.
Yes. And we decided that we're going to go with a personal example so that it's in a way, maybe you can find yourself in our example, or if not, yours is also whatever it is. It is what it is, we say. So I'm going to tell you about my anxiety and what happens with me. So this is a regular thing that happens to me. So for example, one personal story is when I drive my car and I am driving. It's a nice, beautiful day, sunny day, like it is today now outside. And I have the music inside, so I'm singing, and I stop at the traffic light. It's red, so I need to wait. And how much? I need to wait 1 or 2 minutes maximum. So in this 1 or 2 minutes while I'm waiting, I start making a movie in my head. And the movie goes like this. The traffic light turns green. I hit the gas pedal and I start driving. And from this side, another car comes, which is a drunken driver, hits me, and it's a devastation all around.
Wow, Vicky, I'm completely shocked by that. You have a big imagination.
Yes, I do. I do, and this is one sample, one movie that goes on in my head. Now, I have, with the years, I have become aware that this is what happens in my head, and I have learned how to work around these, crazy movies in my head.
Vicky, I need to ask you this question. What else can you imagine? Can you imagine something else? Because it makes me wonder, it makes me curious. Since you have such a big imagination, it makes me really curious about what other things you can imagine.
So I do imagine positive things as well, also
Uh-huh.
crazy positive things. And this is actually what helps me deal with my negative films and my negative anxiety.
Mhm.
But the thing is that, many people have these movies in their head, and they're not even aware that these movies happen in our head. That there is a picture, there is something that triggers this response. This.
That's very interesting what you're saying, because we perceive reality through our five senses, right? And
Yes.
whether we're aware of it or not, when we make these projections in our heads, we're making either pictures or movies. We might have voices, sounds, and that's the way we function as humans, right?
Yes.
And
Exactly.
I feel really curious about what is behind this anxiety. When I have anxiety, what is behind it? What else is there? And for me it's fear. For me many times
Yes.
it's fear of many things.
Yes, it is fear, and it is what anxiety is actually excessive worrying about things, and behind it is fear. So I'm worrying that this might happen or that might happen, and it is usually produced from our past experiences. So from something that has happened. Otherwise, how would you know what to imagine? You know?
Sometimes it can be also stories that people tell us or
Yes.
movies that we watch. We're always absorbing reality, right? And
Yeah.
stuff from everywhere. And
Yes.
it helps feed our imagination.
Yes. And what happens physically with the body. So when we have these thoughts, these pictures, these sounds, maybe it's our internal voice, maybe it's a movie we said, then it's actually a physical reaction in the body. So our primitive brain, which is wired for us to react when there is danger, it usually there are three responses. It's fight, flight, and freeze. So this is, and then we feel this in our physical body, because you feel the heartbeat, you feel like this pain in the chest, or how you cannot breathe, and it might even go into panic attacks, or you might even feel that you want to vomit, or so it's really the body physically reacts to these
Yes.
triggers.
Yes, for me it was a big change, and I began to notice with more awareness the things that were happening to my body when I felt this anxiety. And I'd like also to say that anxiety is different for everyone, because we
Yes.
have different maps of the world. So we have different ways of perceiving the anxiety. But awareness is the first step in changing. Last week we talked about the chain of excellence, how we took a step back to breathe, and that creates a different awareness alone of the anxious situation.
Yes, well, what you say, awareness and also acceptance. I would add to that, because once you are aware that this is happening to you, you accept it, and once you accept it, you can work towards changing it.
Yes, exactly. Accepting without evaluating or
Yeah.
without judging. Oh, this is happening to me. This is bad. We should just accept things for. We can just accept it for what it is. And another thing that can be interesting. You were talking about those movies and about that self-talk, and that makes me think about beliefs, the beliefs that we have that shape our reality.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fascinating because most of our beliefs, we create them, we create them, and we get them until the age of 7.
Yes.
And then we continue to acquire further beliefs, and they totally shape us.
Yeah, so actually, through one of those beliefs, is how I tackle my anxiety.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes,
how,
so
how do you do
during my first NLP practitioner, I learned one. They're called NLP presuppositions or beliefs or however you want to call them, I learned this one that is called everything is possible, that says everything is possible. And then when these thoughts or movies come into my head, I go from that position. Everything is possible. So yes, this is possible, but what else is possible?
So you're saying that you have the belief everything is possible. Well, when I hear you say that, Vicky, I think that can empower you, but it makes me wonder, is everything possible? Really everything?
Everything is possible. That's what I believe.
That's an empowering belief. For me, I believe that many things are possible in reality.
Okay, so what's not possible?
Oh, I don't know. For example, I have kids. I'm a mom, so I have this. My imagination. They feed my imagination even more every day. So my imagination is filled of pink unicorns and giraffes. So I know for a fact that the pink unicorn and the giraffe will not enter this room right now. and and that it won't be full of elves.
It may be not possible in reality, but is it possible in your head?
Well, yes, in my head it's possible. Yes.
So if it's possible in your head, then it's possible, because these movies that I create are in my head as well. And our unconscious mind cannot really distinguish between reality and imagination.
That's very interesting what you're saying, Vicky. That is very interesting. Yes, it's true. It's true. I can certainly imagine this situation. And as you said, that situation that you're imagining, it's imagination also.
And usually excessive worrying is imagination, because we do not know what's going to happen. How do you know what's going to happen?
Yes. So Vicky, how do you tackle this? So you have this empowering belief, and then you just believe it. You feel it in your body. Everything is possible. Is that how you do it?
No. 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 So when this movie happens in my head, and I'm aware that this is happening in my head, I ask myself, I say first to myself, yes, this is possible, because it is possible. If we go from the belief, if we start from the belief that everything is possible, this also is possible. And then I ask myself, what else is possible? And I create minimum 3 other scenarios.
Okay. So for example, let me ask you, Vicky, what else is possible when you're at the traffic light, seeing the green light, the red light turn green with all those cars, listening to those noises, to the cars, to the traffic, looking around, feeling what you're feeling. What else is possible?
Okay, so it's possible that I'm so much caught in my head that I don't notice that the traffic light turns green and the other cars behind me start beep, 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 beep. Yeah, reminding me that I need to move. So that's one possibility.
Okay, that's a nice possibility. What else? What else is possible?
So what else is possible? So it's possible also that I'm also so much caught in my head that, sorry, my nose is running, that I am so much caught in my head that I don't notice that the red is still red, but it's green. I think that it has turned already green, and I start driving and I bump into the car in front of me. And there is a really nice man coming out of the car. So maybe a new friendship, or maybe who knows what.
Okay, so I'll ask you one last time, Vicky, what else is possible?
So What else is possible? Of course, it is always possible that nothing happens and I just continue my way and reach my destination.
Uh-huh.
That's also a possible scenario.
Yes, yes, amazing. So those are better scenarios, and it really helps you create different perspectives. And I love the way how you stepped back and you got into different positions, and that also helps, right? When we move ourselves
Yes,
and get a different perspective from what we're imagining, because it's really imagination.
exactly.
So when we're, let me just put this banner here. So you created at least three choices, right? Three possibilities, and that way you created more choice for yourself, right?
Yes. And
Mhm.
this is how I actually realize that I don't know what's going to happen, because I'm the only thing that I'm in charge of is myself. I'm not in charge of what's going to happen outside of me.
Yeah, yeah,
And I have no idea.
yeah, because we think we can control things, or that we can manage stuff, and we can manage little things around us, but at the end of the day, the only thing we control is ourselves.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
all the rest, and there is a vast rest, it's really out of our reach, and it's wonderful that it's that way, right?
Yes. Now, maybe we should mention here that this is only one tool that you can use um, in your anxiety. Maybe it helps you, maybe it doesn't. There are many other tools that we use in coaching that and with that we can teach you actually how to work with your anxiety and how to accept it and how to hold it and how to move past it or work with it and make it a friend of yours.
Yeah,
So we cannot
yes.
share everything, but this is only one tool.
Yes, it's a great tool. Another tool we talked about last week, the chain of excellence, is also great for anxiety, because it really helps you connect with your breath, with your physiology, and then with your state. And anxiety is a state, so then the behavior will change, and then the results will change. So it's always important to speak about this breathing and this physiology thing, because it's really changing
Yeah.
for the states. And talking about beliefs, I think it's wonderful, that empowering belief that you were talking about, and it makes me remember this belief also, or this saying: whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And it's true, because
Yes.
what we believe, these beliefs, they shape our reality, and we can have either limiting beliefs, or we
Yes.
can have empowering beliefs. So it's wonderful to be aware of those limiting beliefs, and to try to get rid of them, and find empowering beliefs that help us and that propel us forward.
Yes. So what we did today, actually, my tool for dealing with anxiety is accept it,
Mhm.
acknowledge it, say yes, this is possible, and ask the question, what else is possible, and create minimum 3 other scenarios that are possible. I hope it helps you.
And as a task for you, you can make a list of 3 beliefs that you already have, or that you want to have, to help you with your life. Stay curious.
Okay, so we're done for today, right?
Yes, next week we have getting unstuck. So how can NLP help me get unstuck? So that will be interesting. We are interested in hearing your how questions. So send us your questions, and we'll happily address those issues here.
Yes, because we want to give you power in shaping the future of NLP Lunch and Learn. And so yes, if you have a pressing issue, something that bothers you, send us your house and we will make an episode around it. Like us, if you liked us, share us if you think this is useful for someone, and may the power of choice
be with you. Thank you. See you next week.
Bye. Thank you.